What's going on, guys? It's GBP baby. Welcome back to another video. I hope everybody's doing well, and let's get straight into things. So we're going to start on the daily on dollar, clearing my charts once again. Why? Because this week's been absolutely disgusting. I haven't seen a week this disgusting since December, but nonetheless, at least I know next year that this time of the year isn't exactly ideal. But a few things I want to bring our attention to. We traded to the 50% level of this wick. Very interesting to see. And then you can see that we had a down close day just as we anticipated. So it's nice to see that price is in line with our bias of wanting to see more downwards price action. And moving into Friday, I would like to think that we'd see a continuation of that. Now, I'm looking at this as a bearish order block, but looking at how price is moving around it, we probably shouldn't treat it as a strong one, just because we're wicked above it multiple times. So how much of a bearish order block is it? But nonetheless, my eyes are set on these lows moving into Friday. So let's just get that marked out as the south side target, and then I'm also going to mark out the open of this bearish order block, not because I'm expecting price to turn at it or anything. Wow, yeah, I am, but so that if price does manage to trade back up to this to create some kind of premium, then we can be a little bit more aware that this is a bearish order block, because technically it is. And the reason I say that is because we traded below it here. It's just how price is acting around it. It's not ideal at all. What we also want to look at is this wick, and then you can see that also lines up with the 25% level. So wicks are gaps too. So again, this is more reason as to why we should expect a reaction of some form at that price level. So that is something that's taken into consideration. Let's drop down to the 4 hour, and you can see how disgusting price action has been. You can see we traded up, bearish order block, came off of it. There's also a fair value gap on the 4 hour here, and look at how price respected the 50% level of that. Very interesting. So we want to see a continuation of that moving into Friday. So again, more reason as to why I'm expecting lower prices, but to be honest, I'm probably not going to be trading until next week, because again, this is quite horrifying. Yeah, ideally tomorrow, if we're going to get a down close day, we want to see some kind of rallying. So it'd be nice to see if we can rally up, this being the very highest, and then I'd like to think that price can turn around. One thing that we can look at is going to be this bearish order block right here. Why? Because it may want to use this as a reclaimed bearish order block. So it'll be interesting to study that moving into tomorrow, assuming we do rally. It's very possible we may not even rally at all, and price just simply starts trading on lower, which is also completely fine. But generally speaking, I'm looking for that Thursday low to get traded to at least, and then I'd like to think that we can start pushing on into the discount. But yeah, other than that, I'm just generally bearish, just like I was yesterday. Obviously, this massive return, this deep retracement, caught me off guard today, because it was nice to see that we traded in the direction we expected, but this deep retracement that we saw, not ideal at all. So yeah, very nasty price action right now, guys. Don't be kicking yourselves over it. Not the best. But let's now head on to GBP USD, and we're going to start here on the daily as well. So same thing, inverted. I want to see higher prices. Pound delivered beautifully in terms of giving us an up close candle trading higher towards our targets, which is what we anticipated. Let's go to the weekly real quick. And then where am I expecting price trade to? Well, we've already traded to this premium PD array, so now I'm looking at this bearish order block. Now don't get me wrong, price may not get there tomorrow, which is completely fine, but this is our draw for price, so we're expecting a continuation. What we can look at is this large wick. What I'm gonna draw our attention to is going to be the 50% level. Any lower than that, I'll be suspicious of price, because I want to see price continue to find support to trade on higher and give us an up close day. So this will be the very lowest, and then I want to see us take out that Thursday high and start moving towards this. Not necessarily trading to it tomorrow, but moving in that direction. And you can see that also lines up with it's not an order block yet, so I'm not going to say that. Let's drop down straight to the 15 minute, and you'll see that also lines up with a breaker. Why is this a breaker? We've got a low, a high, a lower low. Beautiful displacement to the upside, coupled with a fair value gap. So if price comes down into here, and it's at the right time of day, and we're expecting price to turn on dollar as well, this should be some nice buying opportunities with the expectation to target that Thursday high. Now, this is very, very basic in terms of that would be the ideal world, but this week has been shocking to me genuinely, so I'm not really expecting too much. And then obviously, yeah, just after how this week's delivered, it'll be low risk entries anyway. If this was any other week, then like I said, this would be an ideal setup, but because seeing how price has been trading with the a lot of back and forth and whipping and taking out stops, it's not ideal at all. And I wouldn't even be surprised if we even got stuck in this range up here in this wick, I wouldn't be surprised if we traded up to that and found ourselves, you know, continued consolidation. I would not be surprised whatsoever. So do take that into consideration. And my advice is not to trade. And if you are trading in these conditions, good on you. I hope you're having fun. But this isn't ideal for me. I like when it's clean. Same on euro, sorry. So we're going to look at the relative equal highs right here to hopefully get traded through. And then we've got a bullish order block down here. So this will, I doubt price is going to trade retrace down into that, so I'm not even going to bother mark that out. But you can see long wicks, we should defo draw out the 50% level of that. And then as we drop down to the low time frames, let's see if we can find any PD arrays that price may want to trade into. Nothing much there, but again, I'm looking for some kind of discount to get made to then trade on higher moving into tomorrow. So we've got an inversion fair value gap. Again, price shouldn't need to drop down below this. Why? Because it's inverted. So delivery on the downside, close on the upside. We don't even need to come and, we shouldn't need to come and touch this again. You know, that bullish order block that I just marked out on the daily should be enough. So that's going to be the very lowest I want to see price trade on euro tomorrow, and then I'll be looking at that Thursday high as a draw on liquidity. Now, like I said, if we find ourselves gyrating and continuing our consolidation, we may not even get into these highs, and price may just fluctuate. Yeah, very low probability. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to drop a like, drop a comment, join the mailing list. I am going to try and make some more general content. Honestly, I'm just busy. I got a lot of things going on in general, but I do want to start making some more back testing videos and more focused videos, like my video on breakers, for example. So I do need to look into that. Do drop a comment if that's something you'd be interested in. Again, the more comments I get, the more likely I'm going to do it, because then I know you guys actually want it. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.